everyone, how are you? Myself Pramod. Today we are going to study the Venn diagram and the different types of set operations under which we shall be doing exercise 2.1. So please stay with me till the end of this video. Venn diagram. As we know that diagram means the representation of anything. Or you can say it is also the illustration of anything. The diagram illustrates something. So during 1880, a mathematician called John Venn, he established a method of writing the set in the form of a circle. So if a set A, there is a set A containing the element 1, 2, 3, 4. Then this set can be written in the form of a circle. That is, this is set A and the element 1, 2, 3, 4 can be written in this circle which is represented by A. That is, this set A can be written in the form of a circle like this. And if U is a universal set having the element 1, 2, 3, 4, that is up to 10, then this universal set can be written in the form of a rectangle like this. Since A is a subset of this universal set U, which is represented in the form of a rectangle, then this set A can be written inside the universal set. Since A is a subset of universal set U, so A should be written inside the universal set, that is inside the rectangle. So let's fill here. The set A contains the element 1, 2, 3, 4. The element 1, 2, 3, 4 belongs to the universal set also. Then the rest elements should be filled outside. 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. So later on, this mathematician, he represented the different operation of sets, that is the different pictorial representation of sets. Those pictorial representation of sets is known as Venn diagram. So Venn diagram can be defined as is the pictorial representation or illustration of different operation of sets. Now from onward, the different operation of sets are studied by using the Venn diagram. Set operation. There are 4 fundamental set operations. The first operation is union of sets. So if the elements of 2 or more than 2 sets are combined together or listed together without repeating, then such operation is called union of sets. A is a set having element 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. And B is a set having element 3, 5, 7, 9, 11. Then the union of sets A and B are represented as A union B. Remember, this sign indicates the union. We also say it as cup. So A union B contains the element having in A and B without repeating. We will write the element, we will write all the elements of A and B, but the elements should not be repeated. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 7, 9, 11. Here the elements 3 and 5 are repeated. Yes, we have got this element 3 and 5 in both the sets, but we will not write them twice. We will write them only once, since in the set the elements are never repeated. So the union of sets A and B, that is from A and B we form a new set. The union of set A and B is the set that contains the element that belongs either to A or to B or both. So we write as A union B equal to, in set builder form we write as, so these all elements are listed as, these all elements are written as X in set builder method, such that X belongs to A or X belongs to B. Now let's learn the union of sets in Venn diagram. Suppose A is a set and B is another set, and these two sets are overlapping sets. And U is a universal set. This A and B are the subsets of universal set, suppose, and A and B are overlapping sets. Then how do we make the Venn diagram of such set? This is a universal set. I said you that universal set is represented by a rectangle, and since A and B are the subsets of universal set, so this A and B should lie inside the universal set. And since A and B are also the overlapping sets, so they are intersected. A and B are the intersecting sets. Now I have to mention it as A union B. I have to say this as A union B. Then how shall I say it? Since the union of A and B is the element that contains all the elements that belong either to A or B or both. So I shall say this A and B both. So this is the Venn diagram of A union B. In the case A and B are overlapping sets. Suppose in the case A and B are disjoint sets. These two are disjoint sets. And U is a universal set, A and B are the subset of universal set. Well, how do we make? A and B are the subset of universal set, as well as A and B are disjoint sets, so they are not intersecting. This is A and this is set A and set B. They are disjoint sets, and this is a universal set. Now I have to mention the A union B. So the element containing in both A and B. So this is the case when A and B are disjoint sets, and we have to write their union in the Venn diagram. Now let's take the three sets A, B and C. If the three sets are disjoint sets, and U is a universal set, and if this A, B and C are the sets, if A, B and C are the subsets of universal set U, then how do we make them in Venn diagram? Let's see. Since A, B and C are disjoint sets, so they are not intersecting with each other. So this is set B, this is set C, and this is universal set U. Now how to represent them in Venn diagram? A union B union C. Now these all three sets are shaded. So in Venn diagram, we draw the union of these three sets which are disjoint in this way. Okay, the next case, if A, B and C, the three sets are overlapping. If they are overlapping sets, and these are the subsets of universal set, then how do we make them? Universal set U, and since this A, B and C are overlapping sets, so they will overlap with each other. That is, they intersect with each other. Set A, set B and set C. So this is A union B union C. And how to set them? Let's set them all. So this is the Venn diagram of A union B union C when the three sets A, B, C are overlapping. The next operation, intersection of sets. When the common elements of two or more than two sets are listed separately, then such operation is called intersection of sets. Remember, this is the operation in which the common elements of two or more than two sets are listed in a separate set. Let's understand by example. The set A containing the element A, B, C, D, E. There is another set containing the element D, E, F, G, H. Then we write A intersection B. This is the symbol of intersection. This was the symbol of union. Just its opposite. This is intersection. We also say it as cap. So A cap B or A intersection B is the set containing the element which are common to this both sets. What are the elements common to these both sets? The element D and E. Okay. So intersection of the sets A and B is the set that contains the element which belong to A and B. We write as in the set builder method X, so that X belongs to A and X belongs to B. So if it is here or, then it would be union. Since it is and, so we understand that the elements belong to both A and B. Let's study the different Venn diagram of intersection of sets. Suppose A and B are disjoint sets. I don't know what is the problem with this marker. Okay, A and B are disjoint sets and U is a universal set, and A and B are the subsets of universal set U. So this is universal set U, and since A and B are disjoint, so these are written separately. Now what is the intersecting? Are they intersecting to each other? No, they are not intersecting. So we cannot set any part. So this is the A intersection B. So in A intersection B here, it would be an empty set. Since these two sets do not intersect with each other, so there would be no any element to list. The next case, if A and B are overlapping sets, they are overlapped, and U is a universal set, and A and B are the subsets of universal set U. Then how shall we make the Venn diagram? Let's see here. Universal set. Since A and B are the subsets, so we should write them inside the universal set U, and they are overlapped. That means they should intersect with each other. Set A and set B. So this is A intersection B. And which part shall be said? Since we are studying the intersection of sets is a set containing the element that belong to both A and B. That is, this is the part that contains the element which belong to both A and B. So we shall say this middle part. This is the A intersection B. If there are three sets A, B and C, and these three sets are overlapping, then how do we make them? At first we'll make the universal set by making the rectangle. Then since these three sets are overlapped with each other, so we shall intersect them. This set A, set B and set C. So this is A intersection B intersection C. And which part shall be said? Since the element that contains in all the three sets A, B and C lies here. This is the part where the elements that are contained in A, B and C lie. So this is the part of A intersection B intersection C. The next operation, difference of sets. Okay. If there are two sets A and B, and if we list only the elements that belong to A or only the element that belong to B, then such operation is called the difference of sets. Remember, here in the difference of sets we shall take only two sets, the difference between two sets. We cannot take the difference between three sets. Okay, let's understand clearly with example. The set A contains the element 1, 2, 3, 4 and 5. There is another set containing the element 3, 5, 7, 9, 11. Now A difference B. Now here we shall list the element that only belong to A but does not belong to B. Since it is A minus B, the set A comes in the beginning, so we shall list the element that belong to only A. So what are the elements that belong to only A? Let's cancel this 3 and 5, but actually we will not cancel it here. We shall cancel in mind. So the element 1, 2 and 4 belong to only A. We can see that 1 does not belong to B, 2 does not belong to B and 4 does not belong to B. So we shall list here the element 1, 2 and 4. Similarly, B difference A or B minus A, the elements that belong to only B but does not belong to A. So what are the elements that belong to only B? The elements are 7, 9 and 11. So in set builder method, how shall we write? A minus B, X, the elements X, so that X belongs to A. That is, the elements X that belong to A but X does not belong to B. Similarly, B minus A or B difference A, the set of element X, so that X belongs to B, but X does not belong to A. Let's see the difference of sets in Venn diagram. Okay. A and B are disjoint sets. We take them as disjoint sets, and U is the universal set. Then how shall we mention in Venn diagram? Universal set U. Since A and B are disjoint set, so they are not overlapped with each other. Now I want to write A minus B. The difference of A and B. A difference B. Since we had studied that A minus B is the set containing the element that belong to only A but not to the set B. So we shall say this A. Since A and B are not related to each other, they are disjoint set. So the elements totally belong to A. So this is A minus B. Similarly, when we want to show B minus A, the figure would be the same. Since B minus A, the difference of B and A is a set of elements containing only in set B but not in A. So what shall we do? Since the elements are contained only in B, so we shall set this B. Since B and A are not related to each other, that means they are disjoint set. So the total elements of B is shaded. So this is B minus A. That is, we will set the element contained only in B. Okay. If A and B are overlapping sets, that is, they are intersecting sets, then how shall we make them in Venn diagram? Universal set U. And since A and B are intersected with each other, they are overlapping sets. This A and B. Overlapping sets. Now I want to write A minus B. I want to show A minus B in Venn diagram. Means the element contained only in set A. Now I shall set only the A part. The shading should not touch the B part. Since this part is contained both in A and B, so this part should not be shaded. If I shade this part, then I would be shading a little part of B. And since we know that the difference of two sets is the element contained only in one set. That means only in set A. Here only in set A. So this is the part A minus B. So this is A minus B. Now I want to say B minus A. Then the figure would be the same. Set A, set B, they are overlapping sets. And B minus A is the set contained only in B but not in A. That is this part. This is the part containing the element only in B. So this is B minus A. The fourth operation, complement of sets. Now when the elements are listed from the universal set and those elements should not belong to the particular set given to us, then such operation is called the complement of sets. Okay, let's understand from example. From the definition, I think we have not become clear. Okay, if U is a universal set containing the element 1 to 10 and A is the set containing the element 2, 4, 6, 8. Now, complement of A is denoted by A bar or A dash or A, here in power we write as C, a complement. This is the set of element which is not contained in A. We should not contain in A. That means except the elements that are contained in A. That is, we cannot write 2, 4, 6, 8. Except 2, 4, 6, 8, all the elements should be listed from universal set. That means 1. We cannot take 2 since 2 is contained in A. 3. We cannot take 4. 5. We cannot take 6. 7, 9 and 10. So the elements that are not contained in the particular set, the set which are given to us, and we are told to find out the complement of that set, then we should list out the elements which are not contained in that particular set from the universal set. Okay, let's see in the Venn diagram. If A is a set and A is a subset of universal set U, then we'll make Venn diagram in such a way. Okay, this is a universal set and this is a set A, and as we know that complement of the set A is the set of elements which are not contained in A. That means we cannot take A except A, the A complement except A. That means the elements lie outside the set A. We will not take the set A except the elements that are contained in set A. So this is the complement of set A. Let's start the exercise. Exercise 2.1 section B. So question number 1. A and B are two overlapping sets. That is, they are intersecting with each other of a universal set U. Here universal set is given U. Draw Venn diagrams and set the regions that contain the element of the following set operation. That means we have to show them in Venn diagram and we have to set down the part which is asked to us in the question. Let us see A union B. We have to set A union B. At first we have to draw the Venn diagram. Then we have to set the union part, that is the union of A and B. Since universal set is given, so I shall draw a rectangle. The rectangle indicates the universal set. Okay, this is universal set. And since A and B are two overlapping subsets of universal set U, so they will intersect with each other. The set A and B. Now I have to set down this part, A union B. That is, I have to set down the whole A and B. Since the union of A and B is the set that contains every element of A and B. So this whole part A and B indicates A union B. Now let's come to this part, A intersection B. The figure would be always same. So don't be confused. The figure is always same, but the shading part is different. The universal set A and B are overlapping sets, and I have to set down the part which is overlapped. That means A intersection B, the intersected part. Now this part belongs to both A and B. So I will set this part, A intersection B. That is, this part is the intersecting part. That is, this part belongs to A and B. Now let's come to this part, A minus B. As we know that the difference of two sets is the set in which the elements are contained only in this first part. That is A minus B, the set of elements, the elements of the set which is contained only in A. This is A, this is B. The figures always remain the same. The A minus B means the elements which are contained only in set A. If I said here this part belongs to B as well, so I should set only this part. This part belongs to only A, that is A minus B. So this is A minus B. B minus A. Let's draw the Venn diagram. The rectangular part, this rectangular part is the universal set. Figures remain the same. Now I have to say B minus A. That means the elements which are contained only in B. That is, which is the part which is contained only in B. This part belongs to only B. This is the part which lies only in B. You should not touch this part, since this part belongs to A as well. So this is B minus A. Now let's see here. A complement. As we know that A complement is the set which is not, A complement, it is the set having the elements which are not contained in this set. That means A complement means all the elements which do not lie in A. That means except A. Universal set U. This is A. This is B. Now I have to say the part which do not lie in A, which is the A complement. That means this part A, this round, this circle A, I should not touch. I should say except this circle. Okay, let me say it. I should not go inside this A. Since this is the A complement, that is except A. Okay. Yeah, like this. See here, I have not touched this A part. That means this set A should not be shaded, since it is A complement. Means the elements which do not lie in set A. Now, similarly, B complement is the set having the elements which are not contained in B. Let us say it. This is A, this is B. The figure remains the same. Now, B complement means the elements which do not lie in B. I have to say that. Okay. These elements do not lie in B. That is except B. Except B said all the part. Do not go inside the B. You can draw this with the help of scale. Okay. This is the B complement. That means the set which do not contain the element of B. Question number 2. If set A contains the elements A, B, C, D, E, set B contains the elements D, E, F, G, H, I, and set C contains the elements A, E, I, O, U, then we have to find out the elements of the given set operations and we have to make them in Venn diagram. Okay, the first set operation is A union B. The elements of A, B, C, D, E, union. The elements of set B, D, E, F, G, H, I. So A union B, we have to write down all the elements A, B, C, D, E, F, G, H, I. Okay, so this is set A union B. Now we have to make them in Venn diagram. Let me make the Venn diagram here. This is set A and this is set B. They are overlapping sets because they have got some elements common in them. So what are the elements common in them? Let us see. The element D and another element E. These two elements are common in them. So these two elements lie in this portion. Since this portion belongs to set A as well as set B, so D and E lie in this portion. Now we will fill the rest elements A, B, C, and here the elements F, G, H, I. And I have to set A union B. That is, I have to set the part containing these elements. That is, A union B is the whole part. So this is A union B. B union C, the elements of B, D, E, F, G, H, I. Union, the elements of C, A, E, I, O, U. Now the union of these two sets, the collection of all the elements, A, D, E, F, G, H, I, O, U. Let us see whether we have written all the elements or not. D, E, F, G, H, I. D, E, F, G, H, I. Okay. A, E, I, O, U. A, E, I, O, U. That is, we have written all the elements. Now, we shall make the Venn diagram of B union C. Let's see here. Since we are not given the universal set, so we should not make the rectangle. So this is B, set B, and this is set C. Now we will see what are the common elements between them. Are there any common elements between them? Yes. The element E and the element I. These two elements are common in them. So this element E and I, they lie here. Now we will fill the rest of the elements. The rest of the elements are D, F, G, H. Okay. D, F, G, H. And in this part, what are the elements remaining? A, O, U. A, O, U. So B union C, all part we will say. So this is B union C. The next question, A intersection B. The elements of A, B, C, D, E, intersection. The elements of B, D, E, F, G, H, I. Since there is intersection, so we shall write the common elements between these two sets. What are the common elements? The common elements are D and E. Okay, A intersection B, we got the common elements D and E. Now let's make the Venn diagram. This is set A, this is set B. The figure remains the same, only the shading becomes different. Here will be D, E, and here A, B, C, and here the elements F, G, H, I. And we have to set the elements D, E. That is, this part we should set. So this is A intersection B. The next question, A union B union C. Write down the elements of A. A, B, C, D, E, union. The elements of B, D, E, F, G, H, I, union. The elements of C, A, E, I, O, U. Since it is the union of these three sets, that is, we have to write down all the elements without repeating them. A, B, C, D, E, F, G, H, I, O, U. Let's see here. A, B, C, D, E. Okay, A, B, C, D, E. D, E, F, G, H, I. D, E, F, G, H, I. A, E, I, O, U. A, E, I, O, U. That means we have not missed any elements. Let's make the Venn diagram of A union B union C. I have written here the elements which we found just now. Okay, this is set A. This is set B. And this is set C. These three are overlapping sets. We will fill here the elements one by one. Let's start from here. This is the part common in all these three sets, A, B and C. So let's solve the element or the elements which is common to set A, B and C. So the element E is common in all these three sets. Okay, element E. Now let's see here. Here which elements will be here? Only the part of A and C but not the part of B. That means here the elements A. Let's see, the element A is common in set A and set C. Now this part, this is the part or this is the common part of B and C but not of A. That is, here we shall put the element or the elements which are common only in B and C. So here the elements I, okay, the element I will lie there, and here the element common to A and B but not of C. So here the element, we can see that the element common in A and B will lie here. Now we will fill the rest element B and C, and here D, E, F, G, H, and here the elements A, I, O, U. The elements O, E, and U are common there. Now we have to set the elements A, B, C, D, E, F, G, H, I, O, U. That is A union B union C, the whole part. So this is A union B union C. The next question, A intersection B intersection C. Elements of A, B, C, D, E, intersection. The elements of set B, D, E, F, G, H, I, intersection. The elements of set C, A, E, I, O, U. Since these three sets are intersected with each other, so we have to write down the element or the elements which are common to these three sets. We can see that the element, only the element E is common among these three sets. So E is the element, that is A intersection B intersection C equal to, we got the element only E. Now the Venn diagram, I have already drawn the figure. The figure would be the same, only the shading would be different. Now we have to shade the part containing the element E, that is this part. So this part is A intersection B intersection C. So A intersection B intersection C. Okay, the next question, B minus C. Let's write the elements of B. D, E, F, G, H, I, minus the elements of set C, A, E, I, O, U. Now let's take the common elements E and I. Now we shall write down the elements that belong to only B. That is B minus C. It is the set of elements that belong only to B but not of C. That is the elements D, F, G, H. Let's make Venn diagram. Now we will focus upon set B and set C. Forget about set A. This is set B and this is set C. Now let's fill the elements in this common part. The common part of B and C. Okay, the elements E and I lie in this common part of set B and set C. Now we'll fill here D, E, F, G, H. Okay, and here in set C, A, E, I, O, U. Now which part should be shaded? The part containing the elements D, F, G, H. That is this part, only of B. So this part is B minus C. We can clearly see that this part is only the part of B but not of C. C minus A. The elements of C, A, E, I, O, U, minus the elements of A, B, C, D, E. Let's take the common elements, the elements A and the elements E. Now we shall write down the elements belonging to only C but not of A. That is the remaining elements I, O, U. We will take the Venn diagram of C and A. Okay, let this be A and let this be C. Let's put the common elements. The common elements A and E. Since the elements A and E are common in these both sets C and A, so we will put here A and E. And here the remaining elements, okay, B, C, D, and here the remaining elements of C, I, O, U. Clearly we can see that we have to set the part containing the elements I, O, U. That is this part. So this part is C minus A. Or if you like, you can make this set C in this part and this A set A in that part. I mean to say, you can make this Venn diagram in this way also. This set C, this is set A, the common elements A, E, and here I, O, U, and here the elements B, C, D, and you can set this part. This is C minus A. You can set the elements, you can make the Venn diagram in this way also. Okay. A union B intersection C. Perform inside the bracket B intersection C. The elements of set B, D, E, F, G, H, I intersection. The elements of set C, A, E, I, O, U. Since there is intersection, so we shall write down the common element. The common elements are E, I. So B intersection C, we got the elements E, I. Now we shall find out A union B intersection C. So A union B intersection C equal to the elements of set A, B, C, D, E, union B intersection C, we just now, B intersection C, yes, B intersection C, we just now found out EI, the elements EI. Now the union, writing down all the elements A, B, C, D, E, I. Okay. Now let's make the Venn diagram. The Venn diagram remains the same. This is set B, set C. Here the elements E, here the elements D, here A, here I. Let's fill here B, C, F, G, H, O, U. Now we have to set down the part containing the elements A, B, C, D, E, I. That is, this part A containing the element A, the B containing the element B, containing the element C, okay, the same part, containing the element D, that is this part, containing the element E, okay, this part, and finally containing the element I, that is this part. Okay, the part where I have ticked, let's set them. Okay, this part and this part, and finally this part. Okay, next question. A union B intersection C. Perform the operation inside the bracket. A union B equals to A, B, C, D, E. The elements of set A union the elements of set B, D, E, F, G, H, I equals to. Now, since it's the union of these two sets, so we'll shall write down all the elements A, B, C, D, E, F, G, H, I. A union B intersection C. What are the elements of set A union B? A, B, C, D, E, F, G, H, I intersection. The elements of set C, A, E, I, O, U. Now what are the common parts? Since intersection is a common part, so the common part A, E, and I. So this is A union B intersection C. Let's make the Venn diagram. I have drawn here the Venn diagram. Now we shall set the part containing the elements A, E, I which we formed just now. That is this part containing the elements A, E, I. So we can see that these parts contain the elements A, E, I. So this is A union B intersection C. A minus B intersection C. Perform inside the bracket B intersection C. The elements of set B, D, E, F, G, H, I intersection. The elements of set C, A, E, I, O, U. Now we will write down the common elements since there is intersection. So let's select the common elements E, I. So B intersection C, we got E and I. Now A minus B intersection C. A minus B intersection C. The elements of set A, B, C, D, E minus B intersection C, we got the elements E, I. So when we subtract two sets, then we have to write down the elements containing only in this first set, in the given first set. Here the set A is given in the beginning, so we shall write down the elements containing only in the set A but not in B intersection C. So this element E is common in both. We shall cancel this element. Let us cancel in our mind. And what is left? The elements A, B, C, D are left. A, B, C, D. Okay, so A minus B intersection C, we got the elements A, B, C, D. Now we shall set. Let's draw the Venn diagram. The Venn diagram won't change. Here the element E, here D, here A, here I, and here B, C, okay, A, B, C, D, E, the F, G, H, and here the elements O and U. Okay, let's say the part containing the element A, okay, this part, the part containing B, okay, this part containing C, the same part, the part containing D, that is this part. Okay, we have to shade them. Let's shade slowly, do not enter into other part. Okay, this part is A minus B intersection C. Well, today only up to this much. In the next video, we shall be doing question number 3, 4 and 5. Till then, be safe, stay at home, take care, bye bye.